All right. Bruno Guimarães transfer going in through for £75 million. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. It's much like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David being my name, and hope you guys are really having super fun wherever you're watching us from. Now, preseason is back, and today there is one of those games that I really want you guys to watch. Spurs is taking on MK Dons. I really want to see how Sandro Tonali gels into that team with Matthias Fernandes, Robertson, and very many others in there for you, because I do believe that they have a very huge part to play into there. So Spurs is taking on MK Dons. It's gonna be at 19 hours. Guys, endeavor to watch that game of football. But earlier before, Napoli will play Arezzo in there for you. And let me look for another team that you know in here. And that is today for you. Which other team that you know? Girona is playing Olot. Valencia is playing Eldezi. And those are the games. And there are very many games today, by the way, very many games today. So from that, we'll obviously have Shakhtar Donetsk tomorrow. Sunday, Liverpool is going to be playing against Sunderland. Then Manchester United is coming in through on Friday to play against Rosenborg at 19 hours in there for you. So that's how games are really shaping up. Your favorite teams will be really starting to play this particular weekend in the preseason. So please endeavor to catch those games and see to it and see how your teams are really looking like in here for you. Remember, we are powered by Think Landscaping, and if you need to obviously design, plan, and transform your outdoor space, that's the number to call. You know, WhatsApp them with the same numbers too, and you will thank me later in there for you, because it is really going to be one of those memorable moments in there for you as things get to the levels that we think they're supposed to be at, especially beautifying your outdoor space. So that is Think Landscaping. Continue to subscribe, because we want to hit the magic number of 30,000 subscribers. You understand? Please, let's use these remaining 10 days to see to it that we really hit that milestone in a nick of time in there for you. So that is it for the side of Think Landscaping and subscribing to this channel. Now, we do have Talk Sport. They've told us the following: that Arsenal preparing an improved offer to sign Bruno Guimarães. TalkSport understands Mikel Arteta has identified the player as a priority signing this summer. So we know to it that the first two bids were rejected by the side of Newcastle. The first one was a £55 million bid turned down. The second one was 65. And now let's see what bid is Arsenal planning to put in through. Now it's Alex Crook, and he works for TalkSport. I was told by a reliable source this morning that Arsenal's deal for Bruno Guimarães is expected to go through. It might cost in the region of 75 and 80 million pounds. Now, I think Arsenal are really negotiating right. Because if it ever goes down to that fee, that is 75 to 80 million pounds, they would have gone ahead to obviously beat off the ransoming of Newcastle, because Newcastle, Fabrizio Romano, I first heard him say that Newcastle believe this deal can happen at 90 million pounds. You understand? Then later, we got to understand that this deal could go in for how many? For 100. You get? That was the new price set. But the price looks like is going down, and Arsenal really doing the good negotiations. And that's why I told you that Arsenal weighed in the two deals, Morgan Rogers and Bruno Guimarães, and they were like, if we pay 117 million pounds for Morgan Rogers, Newcastle will be like, get us 100. You've just dished out 117 mil. You understand? But them letting Morgan Rogers go to Chelsea can be used as a reference by them to Newcastle that we don't have that money. We wanted Morgan Rogers, but Morgan Rogers has gone ahead to leave for a club known as Chelsea. And we do believe that in our system or transfer window, our marquee signing is supposed to be a central midfielder and a center forward. And here we come to see to it that you guys get us Bruno Guimarães. So I think they're really very strategic in what they are doing. And that's why you see to it that now we are getting news indicating that the deal can be done between 75 and 80 million pounds. And it corresponds all well with what we had yesterday from Jacob's Ben, and is it Gary Jacob, that Arsenal's coming bid is going to be between 75 million pounds and 80 million pounds. So it corresponds in there very well. And I told you yesterday, Arsenal made direct transfer contacts with Newcastle on the deal of Bruno Guimarães, and they started talking. So I'm not surprised that early morning we've gone ahead to get in the story of that drop-off from 100 to 75 and 80, meaning that Newcastle are willing to obviously take a cut-off of 20 million pounds. 20 to 25 million pounds. And I think Arsenal would have gone ahead, obviously, see to it that they're really getting in a very beautiful midfielder who really does a lot. And if they ever, at a certain point, get this deal done at 75 or 80 million pounds, that will be really a master stroke. They would have gone ahead to pull out one of the transfers that I do believe that will make a lot of sense to the people of Arsenal, because Bruno Guimarães is really good. He's a very, very good player, and I do trust him at what he does, and I do believe that he can really take Arsenal to the levels they really want to get them to. So let's wait and see whether this will happen. And the third bid is expected to go in because there is another second force that is into this transfer, and my ears tell me it's the club I support, Manchester United. United is pushing hard to see to it that this deal really comes to pass. So we're here to wait and see how things really pan out. But Arsenal have also gone ahead to obviously start looking out for other midfielders, because Bruno Guimarães, if he looks expensive and Newcastle reject their third bid, they might say, let's go in for you, Boadi, because Boadi is going to be around that price. And if at all the price is that, then it also plays into their favor for a man known as Alex Scott, because Alex Scott was offered a new contract at Bournemouth. Alex Scott turned it down, meaning that if he has gone ahead to turn it down, just understand that things have gone from worst to worst, because he's left with just 2 years on his contract. If they don't sell him this summer, obviously next summer he'll be left with money on his contract. No one can get you 80 to 85 million pounds. And he was like sending a message to everyone that, please, I want to leave Bournemouth, United, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, all those teams interested in me, please come on for me. So you never know, Arsenal might opt for Alex Scott. If a team that goes by names of Newcastle find themselves in a position of really playing hardball for Bruno Guimarães in there for you. So what can help Newcastle reach the level of money they want is if another person comes in through willing to pay 90 or 100, and I don't see that person right now, so let's wait and see how that really pans out. Will this deal go through that amount of money? All that and more into the comment section below. Now, the manager of Liverpool is speaking out. But before we go to the manager of Liverpool, let's go to Rafael, linked to Arsenal, linked to Man United, Chelsea, and many others. Fabrizio Romano has told us that Chelsea are not working on a deal for Rafael Leão, despite today's reports, partly as they have already signed Morgan Rogers for that position. Milan consider Rafael Leão for sale, and so far the only real written proposal have come from Turkey, while movements have begun from Saudi ahead of expected offers. Leão himself hopes for an option from the Premier League or La Liga. His departure is seen as fundamental for Milan and would pave the way for incoming deals. So, Rafael Leão. Obviously, Chelsea getting in Morgan Rogers, is a message to everyone that they are not in for Rafael Leão. And looks like Rafael Leão, from the word go, he has been preaching, leaving the side of Milan as not ready to obviously work under Ruben Amorim. So we are waiting to see how things really pan out for this guy. But badly enough, offers he's getting in through are coming in from Turkey and Saudi Arabia. Yet for him, he would like to play for a Premier League club or a La Liga club. And I don't know whether a club will obviously raise up their hand, obviously taking Rafael Leão, because he's too playful. He's a very he's a very good player, very much skilled, but very, very playful. His end product of the game, to me, is very, very lacking. And that's why I'm like, it's very hard for him to obviously come up and really get in a serious club. But he has been linked to Man United. He has always said that he loves Man United because Ronaldo played for Man United and Manchester United. And Ronaldo is his idol. That's what he told us. So we are waiting to see how things will pan out in here onto the Rokani Media Football, I tell you. So please do the needful and really let me know about where do you think Rafael Leão will be playing next season, because under Ruben Amorim, it's not going to work. He has to look out for something else as a man. So, as it stands, Aston Villa is looking in for left forward. Morgan Rogers departed. They're in for Garnacho, but I do believe they might look out for another one, And he's one of those that Unai Emery is looking at, and maybe will be excited to come play in the Premier League. In the La Liga, I haven't heard of any serious club that is really interested in Rafael Leão. So it shows you what clubs think about him. If he was a hot cake, obviously clubs would have gone ahead to be fighting for him, because very many clubs are really looking for left forwards. Liverpool is looking for left forward. Arsenal is still looking for one. Man United, if Marcus Rashford doesn't say they're looking for one. Liverpool are looking in for one. Aston Villa looking in for one. Real Madrid are looking in for one, provided a player known as Vinicius Jr. doesn't renew their contract. They'll obviously sell him off. Which other club? PSG is looking out for one. They are pulling out of the Diomane deal because of how expensive it is. So if he was that good, then teams would have gone ahead to obviously be running out for him. So that poses a very huge question mark onto his levels and what teams and scouts and managers think about him. And the next time Rafael Leão really gets a good chance, I think he has to do exactly what the modern game calls in for. And pressing is one of the most, like running, being energetic. Your energy levels have to be high. And I don't think that a team can really trust Rafael Leão when it comes to obviously doing that back and fro movement in the offensive manner and in the defensive manner. So it really makes it hard for him to obviously get a very elite team, because elite teams really need that. That's how you sort of it that Barcelona chose Anthony Gordon over Marcus Rashford, because Anthony Gordon goes ahead to obviously defend, track back, and then attack. Marcus Rashford with tracking back, not all that good at that. You understand? So I'm 100% sure that elite Premier League and La Liga clubs won't go anywhere near him because of him being lazy with the ball and not tracking back, and his end product really being not all that good in there for you. So that is it for the side of For the side of Rafael, we wait to see how things will pan out for him. From Rafael, let's go to the manager of Liverpool. A very big question asked, all posed to him, was about Isak, Wits, and Gravenberch. He said, Isak, Wits, and Gravenberch will join us in the second week of the preseason. We have decided now with some who have been let out now since the World Cup, who have been left out since the World Cup. So, Andoni Iraola, good manager from Bournemouth, coming in through to manage Liverpool. And this is the biggest test of his career because it sinks him or raises him, because there's been a very huge change in the tide, and he has replaced a manager who went ahead to manage his first season and got a trophy. Second season, took them back to the Champions League, not happy with what he put out, and he got sacked. You understand? So, Andoni knows it, that Liverpool, you have to be successful. And if at all you're not, they'll obviously give you a sack of your life. So, these players, especially Ishak and what's his name? Ishak and Isak and Wits came in through last season, right? And it took Wits a lot of time to obviously sink, and it applies to Alexander Isak. So this time round, Isak is going to be having a pure pre-season with the club of Liverpool. So that really helps him to obviously sink in. And Hugek is really still out because of the injury that he really had in there. And I want to tell you, what the world will see at Liverpool is really gonna shock them, for those that really least expect things from this manager. But he's really a very good manager. And I want to tell you, Liverpool is obviously gonna be a good team, and they're gonna be playing beautiful football if at all they master the tactics of the manager. Florian Wirtz will thrive under this guy. I do believe that Isak, when you look at his contingent of players at Bournemouth, I think quality has now gone ahead to increase in there for you, because he's really having quality players. In the central defense, if you have Virgil van Dijk, though I think they need to look out for others. Jacquet is there. Ferimpong, Kakezi. Remember, he was his former player at Bournemouth. I'm going to head to meet again. Gravenberch, McAllister, Wataru Endo. Mohamed Salah is out of contract and is really leaving. Looking out for options. They need to get a replacement. But if you have Cody Gakpo, you're having Florian Wirtz. You're having Sobasilai. So I think he has a very beautiful squad, and that's why I'm really eager to watch his game this coming weekend. But as the Premier League starts, he'll be having all his players back and see how things will pan out for the side of Liverpool. But all in all, he's still looking out for players and wants to sign players. He wants Bradley Barcola in as one of the left forwards in there for you. He wants to bring in a right forward. I don't know who they're really eyeing in there for you, but we're here to wait and see how things really pan out. So, your reactions to all these three stories are welcome in the comment section below. Bruno Guimarães transfer to Arsenal going in through for £75 million. What do you make about it? Do you think Arsenal can really make this deal go through between 75 million to 80 mil? Waiting for your reactions in the comment section below. What do you make about Rafael? AC Milan wants him out, but he's not getting offers from the clubs he thought would obviously sign him. And lastly, do you think Andoni Arayola will revive the form of Isak and Florian Wirtz. Those two players are really very expensive. Two of those costed Liverpool 200 and is it 230 million pounds? You understand? So a lot is on Andoni Arayola's mind to forge what system best fits them. I'm out. Bye-bye.